The moment your heart stirs while hearing this message is not by chance. It is because heaven has aligned this hour for you. Archangel Michael is speaking into your spirit, and God has been waiting for the opening in your soul to receive what has been prepared. You may not even realize it, but every second that passed before you found this message was part of a divine orchestration. And now, here you are, standing before the words that were written across the eternal scrolls of light, waiting for your eyes and your ears to meet them. You have been tested. You have been stretched. You have been pulled into valleys that felt endless, and yet you are still breathing. That breath is the proof that heaven has not given up on you. There are battles you faced in silence that nobody else understood. Betrayal, disappointment, the sting of rejection, the weariness that comes when doors slam shut. Yet the hand of God kept you from collapsing completely. You may not have seen the angels who stood guard around you, but they were there, spinning in fiery brilliance, holding back forces that wanted to break you. This is not just another moment passing by. This is a sacred call. Hear this. You are a chosen one, not chosen by man, not chosen by circumstance, but chosen by the eternal voice that spoke light into being. Archangel Michael has been dispatched to deliver strength into your bones, to remind you that your story is not finished. What you lost was not the end. What was taken from you is not the measure of your future. What broke you will not have the final word. God has been waiting for this window of time to speak directly into your spirit, because the next season of your life cannot begin without you receiving this word. You have cried tears that nobody saw. You have prayed prayers that felt like they were bouncing off the ceiling. But every whisper was recorded in the chambers of heaven. Every sigh was carried into God's presence. The enemy tried to convince you that you were forgotten, that you were abandoned, that you were overlooked. But let this message slice through that lie, because right now, as you hear these words, heaven is placing a seal upon your destiny that no hand of darkness can erase. This is your confirmation. This is your signal. This is the breaking point between the life you endured and the life you were promised. And listen carefully. Your pain was not wasted. Every trial became an anvil upon which your spirit was forged. Every wound became the soil for a miracle. Every lonely night became the canvas for a dawn that is now rising. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you are meant to be for this divine appointment. The heavens have been waiting, and now the call has come. Step into alignment with your divine purpose. Step into the current of destiny. Step into the river where miracles flow freely, where breakthroughs are born, and where abundance is not a dream, but a reality. Do not let fear tell you to turn away. Do not let doubt whisper that this is for someone else. You are the one, chosen, appointed, marked by the fingerprints of God. Archangel Michael stands as your defender in realms you cannot see, cutting down schemes that were designed to destroy you. There is a shield rising around you even now. The scroll of your destiny is unrolling, and each word written upon it carries fire, carries light, carries the unstoppable will of heaven. And as you take in these words, let them settle deep into your heart. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. The doors you thought were closed forever are trembling. The chains you believed were unbreakable are weakening. The walls that boxed you in are cracking. This is not by your power. This is not by your striving. This is by divine intervention. Heaven has entered your story, and nothing will remain the same. Pause for a moment. Feel it. The shift in the atmosphere around you is not your imagination. The weight that presses against your chest is lifting. The fog that clouded your mind is clearing. Hope is rising. Faith is igniting. Courage is returning. You are stepping into alignment with the eternal plan of God. And in this moment, you are being reminded of who you really are, not the labels the world gave you, not the wounds you carried, but the chosen one who carries a destiny of fire. If these words are resonating with you, let your spirit respond. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Let heaven know you are listening. And if you feel the stirring of confirmation, take a moment to like this video so more chosen souls can find the same message. Subscribe to join thousands of others walking in the same divine journey. Together, we form a family of light, a community of destiny, walking shoulder to shoulder under the banner of God's love. But hear me again, this is not the end of the message. This is only the threshold. You must keep listening, for what comes next carries the instructions you need for the next step. Archangel Michael is not only announcing your protection, but also your commissioning. You are being positioned for influence, for prosperity, for a breakthrough that will ripple across generations. Heaven does not call lightly, and if you are hearing this, you are being summoned into a higher place. There will be resistance. Darkness will not yield without a fight. But remember this, you are not alone. You are guarded, shielded, surrounded by a host of angels. Their wings are aflame with glory, their swords drawn in readiness. And as you walk forward, they walk with you. You are stepping into a spiritual awakening that will shake everything stale and stagnant from your life. What was dead will come alive. What was broken will be restored. What was lost will be multiplied. This is your divine moment of prosperity, your appointed time of abundance. Chosen one, listen again. God has been waiting for this moment with you. Do not take it lightly. Do not dismiss it. The breath you take from here on is carrying you closer to the manifestation of promises spoken long before you were born. And as you keep watching, keep listening, let your heart be soft, because the words that follow will shape the foundation of the miracle that is being built for you. You may feel as though the ground beneath you has shifted, as though the familiar patterns of your life no longer fit. That is because you are being invited into a greater dimension, one that requires you to release what has expired and embrace what is eternal. The shadows of yesterday cannot accompany you into the brilliance of tomorrow, and though it feels like loss, it is actually preparation. Archangel Michael has been pruning away the branches that no longer bear fruit, so that your tree can grow taller, stronger, and filled with abundance. The battles you endured in secret were not meaningless. Every wound you carried became an opening for light to enter. Every unanswered question carved space for revelation. Every delay created the timing for perfection. You thought you were forgotten, but heaven was only aligning the pieces. You thought you were abandoned, but angels were building a wall of fire around your destiny. You thought you were weak, but your spirit was being trained to withstand storms and still stand upright when others fell. Look closely at your life now. There are patterns emerging, whispers of confirmation in the small details. A sudden peace when you expected anxiety. A song that speaks directly to your heart. A stranger's words that feel like they were meant only for you. These are not accidents. These are signs that the spiritual and the physical are overlapping, and that your path is under divine surveillance. The veil between heaven and earth is thinner for you in this season, because you are walking into a higher calling. There are enemies who will not understand this transition. They will question, they will mock, they will try to remind you of who you once were. But their voices hold no power. Their words cannot rewrite your destiny. The moment you accepted the truth that you are chosen, every curse broke, every chain shattered, every limitation dissolved. The fire that surrounds you is not for destruction. It is for purification, burning away doubt, fear, and disbelief. You are stepping forward with clarity, armed with truth, equipped with faith, and as you rise, you will notice that resources begin to find you. Opportunities will no longer feel like a desperate chase, but like doors swinging open without effort. Conversations will lead to alignments you could never have planned. The provision you need will arrive just as you need it, like manna from heaven. Financial freedom will no longer be a distant dream, but a reality that supports your divine mission. Prosperity will not enslave you. It will empower you. Abundance will not corrupt you. It will liberate you. What you receive is not for hoarding, but for building, for healing, for blessing. Chosen one, hear this. The attacks against you intensified because of the magnitude of what you carry. Darkness saw your potential and tried to crush it before it could bloom. But every assault only proved how valuable you are. No thief breaks into an empty house. No enemy fights a battle where there is nothing to gain. You were targeted because heaven's treasure is stored within you. And now, as Archangel Michael stands guard, no weapon formed against you can prosper. Your inheritance is sealed. Your purpose is undeniable. Your time is unfolding now. There will be moments when your body feels weary, when your mind wants to give in. Do not mistake that for defeat. Even the strongest warriors pause to gather strength. In those pauses, angels minister to you. In those silences, heaven whispers louder. In those still moments, your spirit drinks deeply from eternal waters. You are not failing, you are being renewed. The race is not to the swift, but to the faithful. And your faith has kept you on the path, even when your feet stumbled. Your story is not just about you. It is about the generations who will trace their blessings back to your courage. Children not yet born will live freer lives because you chose to break cycles of lack. Families will be restored because you carried forgiveness instead of bitterness. Communities will be lifted because you dared to walk in your divine purpose. You are a vessel, a bridge, a beacon, and the light you carry will ripple beyond your imagination, touching places your feet may never walk, yet your spirit will reach. Do not underestimate the power of what is happening right now. The atmosphere is shifting as you listen. Invisible forces are aligning. Timelines are converging. The eternal is pressing into the present, and you, chosen one, are standing at the intersection of heaven's will and earthly manifestation. This is not a coincidence. This is destiny. This is the appointed hour where silence breaks, where doors open, where miracles take form. And if your spirit is burning with recognition, do not keep this moment to yourself. Like this video as a declaration that you are in agreement with what heaven is speaking. Subscribe to remain connected to a community of chosen souls who are walking the same narrow path. Let your engagement be a testimony that you are not passive but present, not a spectator but a participant in the unfolding of divine purpose. As you move forward, remember that angels are not only defending you, they are also guiding you. Pay attention to dreams, to visions, to impressions that seem too strong to ignore. These are directions, coordinates pointing you to where your breakthrough awaits. Sometimes the guidance will be subtle, like a whisper. Sometimes it will be undeniable, like a door swinging wide open. Trust both, because both are orchestrated by the same hand. Heaven does not waste motion. Every step you take is accounted for, every detail measured. You will see restoration in areas you thought were permanently lost. Broken relationships healed, not by your effort, but by divine intervention. Finances revived where there was once lack. health strengthened where there was once weakness, joy rising where sorrow once lived. These are not empty promises, they are the natural outflow of alignment with divine order. When you step into the river of destiny, the current itself carries you toward abundance, prosperity, and fulfillment. You do not have to force it, you only need to flow with it. And yet, understand this, your greatest blessings will come not in comfort, but in obedience. When heaven whispers, move. When the Spirit nudges, act. When Archangel Michael signals, trust. Delay can rob you of miracles, but obedience positions you for overflow. You are not called to hesitation, you are called to boldness. And your boldness will not only transform your own life, but will also ignite courage in those who watch you. Look again at your journey. See how far you have come. See how many nights you thought you wouldn't make it, yet here you are. That is the evidence that God's hand has always been upon you. You did not keep yourself, heaven kept you. And if you were preserved through the storms of the past, then surely you are prepared for the abundance of the future. What awaits you is not fragile, it is fortified. What is being released to you is not temporary, it is eternal. What is rising in you is not weak, it is unstoppable. Chosen one, let these words anchor in your spirit. You are on the edge of a miracle that will redefine everything. You will not leave this season the same way you entered it. You will not walk out of this message unchanged. The fingerprints of heaven are upon you, and the mark of destiny is on your forehead. You are chosen, you are guarded, you are called, and nothing in this world, or beyond it, can overturn what has been decreed over your life. The silence that has surrounded you is about to break. For too long, it felt like your prayers echoed back empty, like your cries were swallowed by the night. But in truth, the heavens were holding your words, storing them like seeds, waiting for the precise moment when the soil of your life would be ready. And now, the season has come. The answers you thought were delayed are arriving. The promises you thought were forgotten are stirring. The visions you buried are rising like embers fanned into flame. Do you feel that sudden surge in your chest? That unexplainable warmth coursing through your body? That is not chance. That is confirmation. It is the living proof that you are standing beneath an open heaven. The atmosphere around you has shifted, the weight is lifting, and the current of destiny is pulling you forward. This is the hour when what was once invisible begins to take form. This is the hour when heaven's timing collides with your longing. And while you listen, understand this. The battles you fought in the unseen world have already been won. You may not have recognized the warfare, but your spirit felt it, the nights of unrest, the heaviness without reason, the sudden waves of despair. Those were not accidents, they were the tremors of spiritual war. But Archangel Michael has not left your side. His sword has cut through the snares laid against you. His shield has absorbed the arrows meant for you, and his presence has preserved your life when darkness tried to erase it. You are here because heaven refused to let you go. Every scar on your heart carries testimony. The betrayals that made you question your worth, the losses that stripped you bare, the seasons of emptiness that left you trembling, all of them carry within them a hidden purpose. Each wound is a map, each ache a compass, pointing you toward the place where redemption awaits. Nothing was wasted, not a single tear, not a single sleepless night, not a single prayer whispered in silence. They were recorded, they were remembered, they were treasured. Now, as the scroll of your destiny unfolds, you are being called higher. You are not being asked to remain where you are. You are being summoned to step into a greater dimension, where your voice carries authority, where your presence shifts atmospheres, where your very existence becomes a vessel of light. This requires courage. It requires trust. It requires that you release the weight of old identities and step into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. And listen closely. Abundance is not coming as a trickle, but as a flood. Opportunities will meet you in unexpected places. Resources will appear through channels you never considered. The financial strain that bound you is loosening, and prosperity is stepping into its rightful place in your life. Not prosperity for greed, but prosperity for purpose. Not wealth for vanity, but wealth for impact. You will be blessed so that you can bless. You will be lifted so that you can lift. You will receive so that you can give. The people who doubted you will watch in silence as favor marks your path. Those who dismissed you will see doors open that no hand can shut. And those who envied you will witness the undeniable truth that what is chosen cannot be cursed. This is not about proving them wrong, it is about proving heaven right. It is about walking with such clarity and strength that your very existence becomes undeniable evidence of divine orchestration. Do not be surprised when relationships shift. Some will fade quietly, others will break loudly. But every departure is a clearing. The space they leave behind is not emptiness, it is preparation. Heaven never subtracts without the intention to multiply. And as you release what no longer serves your journey, you make room for what has been waiting to arrive. Connections that strengthen, friendships that heal, love that sustains, these are already on their way. Take note of the signs that surround you now. Numbers repeating across clocks and screens. Dreams that feel alive long after you wake. Songs that carry messages hidden in their lyrics. Encounters that feel too perfectly timed to be coincidence. These are not random. They are confirmations that the unseen world is speaking, guiding, arranging your steps. You are not drifting aimlessly. You are being led with precision. Your spirit is awakening to truths you always carried but never fully embraced. You are realizing that your worth is not measured by the opinions of others, but by the fingerprints of God upon your soul. You are learning that your strength is not in perfection but in persistence, not in flawless moments but in faithful ones. And you are beginning to understand that your destiny is not fragile. It is fortified by eternal decree. So let your heart be steady. Let your mind rest. You do not need to fight for what is already yours. You do not need to beg for what has already been promised. The heavens are moving, the angels are working, and the blessings are aligning. All that is required of you is to remain open, to remain faithful, to remain expectant. For when you align with the divine, miracles are not exceptions. They are the natural rhythm of your life. And if your spirit bears witness, if you feel the truth of these words resonating in your chest, let your response be known. Like this video as a declaration of agreement, a sign that you are ready to step into what has been prepared. Subscribe, not as a formality, but as a way to remain connected to the stream of messages flowing from the heart of heaven. This is not coincidence. This is not chance. This is appointment. And by staying, by listening, by leaning in, you are proving that you recognize the sacred weight of this moment. The unfolding continues. Greater revelation is still ahead. Deeper truths are waiting to be spoken. Miracles are even now racing toward you. You cannot walk away, for what comes next carries the blueprint of your breakthrough. The waiting you endured has been heavy, but what seemed like delay was divine timing shaping your journey. You were not forgotten in the silence. You were being hidden until the right hour, kept under the shadow of wings until the exact moment when revelation could find you. Now the seal is breaking, and what was locked away is being released. Every unanswered question is meeting its reply. Every closed door is shifting on its hinges. Every prayer stored in heaven's chambers is echoing back with power. There is a fragrance of change in the air around you. You may not see it yet, but your spirit can sense it. Old heaviness is loosening. Invisible chains are snapping. The unseen weight that sat upon your shoulders is dissolving. This is the evidence that your season has turned. The night is over, and dawn has stretched its hand across your sky. You are standing in the moment when what was once only hoped for begins to take shape. The unseen hands of heaven are arranging alignments you could never have orchestrated. Conversations are being prepared that will shift the trajectory of your life. Documents are being placed on desks with your name written upon them. Paths are clearing that once seemed blocked by walls of impossibility. And while you wait in trust, angels are moving with precision, weaving together the tapestry of your breakthrough so seamlessly that when it arrives, you will recognize it as a miracle and not a coincidence. The rejection you faced was not failure, it was redirection. The betrayals that wounded you were not proof of weakness, they were proof of strength. The losses you grieved were not endings, they were beginnings disguised as endings. Every painful moment became a seed that is now bursting forth with life. Every tear watered the soil of your destiny. Every sigh carried your name into the throne room of God. Nothing you suffered has been wasted. It has been transformed into fuel for the abundance that is coming. You are rising into a new awareness of who you truly are. You are not simply surviving, you are embodying purpose. You are not stumbling through chance, you are walking the path carved for you before the foundations of the world. You are not ordinary, you are chosen. And because you are chosen, every force that tried to diminish you is now losing its grip. Fear cannot bind you, doubt cannot silence you, darkness cannot erase you. You are sealed by divine decree, and what is sealed cannot be stolen. Archangel Michael surrounds you even now, not only as your defender, but as your guide. He is whispering strength into your spirit, reminding you of your authority, sharpening your discernment for the days ahead. The enemy's plans are exposed, his schemes dismantled, his lies silenced. You are not walking unguarded. You are surrounded by a host of light. Every angel dispatched for your protection, every step you take escorted by divine presence. This is why you are still here. This is why you have endured. Heaven has not left you vulnerable. You are a fortress, shielded by glory. And as you walk forward, you will see provision manifest in unexpected ways. Finances flowing through avenues you never anticipated. Relationships forming that bring peace instead of turmoil. Opportunities unfolding that match the deep desires of your spirit. This is not chance, it is orchestration. It is the alignment of heaven's intention with your obedience. You will look back and see that what seemed like detours were actually the straightest path to blessing. You will realize that nothing was wasted, and every step brought you closer to this. Your voice will carry more weight than before. When you speak, people will listen, not because of volume, but because of authority. The authority forged in the fires of trial, refined in the silence of waiting, strengthened in the moments when you wanted to quit but did not. That authority is undeniable. It is spiritual weight. It is the mantle of one who has been chosen, tested, and found faithful. And as you carry it, doors will open before you, and favor will surround you like a shield. There are dreams you buried because you thought they were impossible. But those dreams are stirring again. Visions you dismissed as foolish are returning with clarity. Desires you thought were gone are resurfacing with new life. Do not push them away. Do not silence them. They are rising because the time has come for them to be fulfilled. What once seemed beyond your reach is now within your grasp, because heaven has stretched forth its hand to place it in your path. Your influence will expand. People you have never met will feel the ripple of your life. Words you speak will travel farther than you ever intended. Acts of kindness will multiply in effect beyond your sight. You are a vessel of divine light, and that light cannot be contained. It will shine into places of darkness. It will pierce hearts heavy with despair. It will call others into hope, and you will realize that your journey was never just about you. It was about the lives waiting to be touched by your obedience. Do not underestimate the importance of this moment. The choice to stay, to listen, to receive, is itself a declaration. It is a sign to heaven that you are ready. It is a mark upon the spiritual realm that you are aligned. And because you are aligned, acceleration has begun. Blessings long delayed are being released. Promises long awaited are being fulfilled. Miracles long prayed for are coming into view. The shift is real, and you are standing in the middle of it. If your heart bears witness, let your response be known, like this message, as a sign of agreement. Subscribe as a way of remaining connected to the current of truth flowing here. Not as formality, but as covenant, a way of saying, I am ready, I am listening, I am present. For the words you continue to hear will not only uplift you, but will anchor you, strengthen you, and guide you into the fullness of what is unfolding. The atmosphere around you carries a quiet intensity, as though the universe itself is leaning closer to listen. Every breath you take feels weighted with meaning. Every thought echoes louder than before. This is not your imagination. It is alignment. Heaven is drawing near, narrowing the gap between what is unseen and what is manifest. And you, chosen one, are the vessel standing in the center of this convergence, called to carry what others could not, entrusted with what others overlooked. You have felt the stirring inside your chest, the unexplainable pull that will not allow you to stay as you are. That restlessness is not dissatisfaction, it is destiny awakening. It is your soul remembering promises etched into your spirit long before your birth. You were never meant for a small life bound by fear. You were meant to move mountains with faith, to part seas with courage, to speak words that ignite fire in others. And that time is no longer distant. It is pressing against your present, demanding your attention. Look back for a moment at the paths you have walked. You endured storms that should have broken you, but instead, they revealed your resilience. You carried weights that should have crushed you, but instead, they built your strength. You lost things you thought you could not live without, yet here you are, breathing, standing, listening. That survival is proof that you are not ordinary. It is evidence that your life is marked by divine intention. Nothing you endured was wasted. All of it was preparation for what is being poured out now. There are forces shifting in your favor that you cannot yet see. People are being positioned to cross your path at just the right moment. Resources are being aligned to meet your needs before you even recognize them. Conversations are being planned that will unlock opportunities you could never have orchestrated. And while you wait, it may feel quiet, but beneath that, silence. Heaven is moving with precision. Nothing is random. Every detail is deliberate. Every step is ordered. The pain of your past has become the soil for miracles. Where betrayal once left scars, loyalty will now blossom. Where loss once hollowed your heart, restoration will now overflow. Where despair once suffocated hope, joy will now take root. These shifts are not temporary comforts, they are permanent transformations. You will not return to the places of brokenness you once knew. You will walk into fields of abundance, where the harvest is greater than the seed you sowed. Do not fear the unknown paths opening before you. The unfamiliar is not a threat, it is an invitation. The unknown is where the miraculous unfolds, where faith discovers its wings, where courage is proven. If you cling too tightly to what is familiar, you risk missing what is extraordinary. Release your grip on what is behind you and stretch your hands toward what is rising ahead. It is better, it is brighter, it is greater than what you left behind. You are surrounded, even now, by an army of light. Archangel Michael stands at the forefront, his presence blazing, his voice steady. He has been your shield in battles you never knew you fought. He has been the voice of strength when your own fell silent. And as you step into this new chapter, he goes ahead of you, cutting through opposition, silencing lies, dismantling traps. You are not walking alone. Every step you take is guarded. Every move you make is covered. That is why you survived the battles that others could not. You were never unprotected, you were always preserved. In this next season, clarity will come in waves. Questions that haunted you will find answers. Confusion that clouded your mind will clear like mist before the Sunday. You will know which path to take, when to speak, when to move, when to rest. This clarity is not your own wisdom, it is divine guidance. Trust it. Trust the impressions, the nudges, the whispers that feel too insistent to ignore. They are leading you to places where miracles are waiting to meet you. Your provision will no longer be a struggle. Financial freedom is not a distant dream, it is entering your reality. You will not live under the weight of constant worry. Instead, you will breathe freely, give generously, and build boldly. Prosperity is not arriving to enslave you, but to empower you, to give you the means to fulfill the purpose for which you were created. What you receive will not only sustain you, it will overflow into the lives of those around you. Abundance will be the river you drink from, and the river you release to others. And as you step into this, your influence will expand. Your presence will shift atmospheres. Your words will awaken courage in the weary. Your testimony will break chains in those who hear it. You will not need to prove yourself. The evidence of your transformation will speak louder than any defense. Those who doubted you will be silenced, not by your argument, but by your abundance. Those who mocked you will be hushed, not by your retaliation, but by your restoration. Every sign is pointing toward acceleration. The pace of your life is about to change. What once took years will now take months. What once felt impossible will now happen suddenly. You will be surprised by how quickly doors swing open, how effortlessly opportunities arrive, how naturally blessings flow. This acceleration is not random. It is the reward for your endurance, the harvest for your faithfulness, the fruit of your perseverance. You waited long, but the wait has not been in vain. The time is now, and if your spirit feels the fire of these words, let your response align with the truth you are receiving, like this message as an act of agreement. Subscribe to remain connected to the flow of revelation pouring into your life. Not because of ritual, but because staying connected keeps your spirit in tune with what heaven is releasing. This is not entertainment. This is alignment. This is not casual. This is covenant. Your response is a declaration that you are present, ready, and willing. The unfolding is not over. Greater depths of truth are still ahead. More promises are waiting to be spoken. Miracles are even now moving closer. Do not turn away, for the journey is still ascending, and what waits in the next moment carries the key to doors you have yet to imagine. The stirring in your soul is a sign that something new has already begun. It is not waiting for tomorrow. It is not delayed for another season. It is unfolding even as you breathe. The uneasiness you feel is not fear. It is the stretching of your spirit to make room for what is arriving. Growth rarely feels comfortable. Transformation rarely feels gentle. But the pressure you sense is evidence that heaven is enlarging your capacity to receive blessings greater than you imagined. There are moments when you will feel the pull to retreat into old patterns, to return to familiar places of safety. Resist it. Those old patterns cannot carry the weight of your destiny. The walls you once leaned against are too fragile for where you are going. The tables you once sat at are too small for the feast being prepared for you. Do not look back with longing. What is ahead will make sense of everything you released, and you will see why it had to leave when it did. The heavens are positioning you for encounters that will redefine your path. A conversation that shifts your perspective. A meeting that opens doors you never considered. A chance alignment that feels like destiny. These moments are not coincidences. They are divine intersections. Every step you take is leading you to one of them. Every pause you endure is preparing you for one of them. And when you arrive, you will know, because your spirit will recognize the signature of heaven upon it. What you carry inside you is not ordinary potential. It is a blueprint woven into your very being. It is the reason obstacles rose against you so fiercely. The enemy saw the glimpse of what you hold and tried to bury it before it could emerge. But the soil of adversity only made it stronger. The fire of opposition only refined it. Now, it is uncontainable. Your gifts are demanding expression. Your voice is demanding to be heard. Your influence is demanding to expand. Nothing can silence what has been awakened. You will notice your discernment sharpening. What once confused you will now be clear. The motives of people will be revealed without their words. The truth hidden behind appearances will rise into the open. This clarity is not for judgment, but for wisdom. It will guide you in where to plant your time, where to invest your energy, where to open your heart. It will save you from wasting what is precious on what is temporary. And it will lead you toward the relationships and opportunities that carry the fragrance of eternity. Your inner battles are shifting as well. The doubts that once drowned your confidence are losing their power. The fear that once paralyzed your steps is weakening. The insecurities that echoed through your mind are fading into silence. This is not because the challenges disappeared, but because your spirit is maturing. You are learning to anchor yourself in truth rather than circumstance. You are learning to walk in faith rather than sight. You are learning to trust the unseen more than the visible, and that trust is transforming everything. In the days to come, you will feel unusual peace in moments where anxiety once ruled. You will feel unexpected strength in situations that once drained you. You will feel unexplainable hope rising even when nothing looks different. These are not random shifts. They are confirmations that you are being lifted, sustained, and carried. The power that surrounds you is greater than the weight that opposes you. The hand upon your life is steady, and it will not release you until every promise is fulfilled. Abundance will follow you as naturally as your shadow, not because you chase it, but because you attract it. When your spirit aligns with purpose, prosperity cannot help but find you. Financial freedom will no longer be a distant wish, but a living reality. You will not live with clenched fists, fearing loss. You will live with open hands, releasing as freely as you receive. Generosity will become your joy, and your giving will multiply blessings far beyond your reach. You will learn that prosperity is not possession, but flow. The voice of Archangel Michael continues to whisper strength into your soul. He reminds you that the battles you fought were never yours alone. He reminds you that the victories you won were not luck, but intervention. He reminds you that the protection around you is not temporary, but eternal. His presence is proof that you are seen, defended, and upheld. Every shadow that tried to intimidate you is powerless before the light he carries. Every curse spoken against you is nullified in the fire of his sword. Do not be surprised when doors swing open suddenly. What seemed locked for years will give way in an instant. What seemed impossible will collapse into possibility. What seemed distant will land in your hands. This is the rhythm of acceleration. When heaven decrees a season, nothing can delay it. You are stepping into a time where things will move quickly, where opportunities will multiply, where blessings will stack upon blessings. Prepare your heart, for the pace will not be gentle, it will be swift. If your spirit resonates with what you are hearing, let your response rise. Like this message as a sign that you are receiving. Subscribe to remain connected to this flow of truth and encouragement. Do not let these words pass without action. Every response you make is a declaration. Every choice you make is alignment. And by choosing to stay connected, you are telling heaven that you are ready, willing, and expectant for the unfolding to continue. The journey has only just begun. What lies ahead will not repeat what has been spoken. It will reveal more, uncover more, awaken more. Each moment you remain is another step deeper into the reality of your destiny, another step closer to the fullness of what has been waiting for you since the beginning. The rhythm of your life is shifting into a new cadence, one that is no longer ruled by chaos but by harmony. You will notice that what once felt scattered begins to fall into place. The fragments of your story that never seemed to connect will suddenly form a clear picture. The unanswered questions will find their explanations. The delays will reveal their purpose, and you will see that nothing was wasted. Nothing was meaningless. Nothing was out of place. Every piece has been part of a greater design, and now that design is unfolding before your eyes. You have been trained in silence, prepared in obscurity, strengthened in isolation. These hidden seasons were not punishments, they were foundations. They built endurance where you thought only weakness remained. They carved wisdom into the deep places of your heart. They forged resilience in the furnace of adversity. And though you longed to be seen, heaven knew you could not be revealed until you were ready. Now the covering is lifting. Now the hidden becomes revealed. Now the light that has been preserved within you will shine without restraint. There will be moments ahead when you feel the pull of doubt, when your mind questions if what you are experiencing is real. Do not let hesitation steal the momentum of this season. Doubt is the shadow cast by the brightness of faith. It only appears when you are standing in light. Let that shadow remind you that you are already in the place of breakthrough, not waiting to enter it. Faith does not erase uncertainty, it moves in spite of it. And as you step forward, every step will confirm what your spirit already knows. You will find yourself speaking with new authority, not because your tone changes, but because your words will carry weight. People will lean in when you talk. They will feel the presence behind your voice. They will sense the truth vibrating through your sentences. This authority cannot be imitated, it cannot be forced. It is the fruit of alignment. It comes when your heart, your mind, and your spirit move in one direction with heaven. That alignment is upon you now, and it will cause your influence to expand in ways you could never engineer. There is healing entering your life in layers. Wounds from long ago are being touched with light. Memories that once burned are losing their sting. Emotions that once dragged you down are being lifted. This healing is not shallow, it is deep, thorough, permanent. It will not only restore what was broken, it will give you strength you never had before. You will not return to who you once were. You will emerge as someone renewed, whole, steady. And this healing will ripple outward, bringing restoration to others who witness your transformation. Your finances are being reordered. The stress that chained your thoughts, the fear that haunted your nights, the burden that bent your back, those are being lifted. Provision is not coming through struggle, but through alignment. Ideas will spark in your mind that create new streams of income. People will come into your path with opportunities that open unexpected doors. Resources will appear through means you could not have predicted. This flow is not a one-time relief. It is a sustained rhythm of abundance. Financial freedom is not a promise for later. It is a reality beginning now. Relationships around you will also transform. Some connections will fade quietly, without conflict, because their season has ended. Others will arrive suddenly, bringing peace and strength where you once carried loneliness. Love that is pure, friendship that is steady, partnerships that are purposeful. These will surround you. You will no longer feel the need to fight for belonging. You will find yourself in environments where you are celebrated, not merely tolerated, where your presence is valued, not questioned, where your gifts are recognized, not diminished. Your inner vision is expanding. Dreams will come with more clarity, carrying instructions rather than just images. You will wake with understanding, not confusion. Inspiration will flow into your thoughts like streams of living water. New strategies will form in your heart with precision. This inner vision is not fantasy, it is guidance. Write it down, guard it carefully, act on it when the timing feels right. These visions are the language of heaven speaking directly into your destiny. The resistance you encounter in this season will be a sign of significance. When obstacles rise quickly, it means you are moving into territory that matters. Do not fear resistance. It is proof that you are advancing. Just as a door resists before it swings open, the pushback you feel is a signal that you are close. Stand steady. Do not retreat. Every force opposing you is weaker than the power sustaining you. Archangel Michael has already cleared the way, and his presence ensures that no trap will succeed. Prepare for sudden acceleration. What you thought would take years will unfold in weeks. What you thought would require endless effort will arrive with ease. What you thought was impossible will become normal. This acceleration may feel overwhelming, but it is not chaos, it is fulfillment. You are stepping into the harvest of seeds planted long ago. You are reaping from prayers whispered in silence. You are living in the answers that once felt unreachable, and it will all happen faster than you expect. If your spirit is alive with recognition, respond now. Like this message as a signal that you are in agreement with the truth being spoken. Subscribe to remain connected to this stream of words that will continue to guide and strengthen you. Your engagement is not ritual, it is covenant. It is a way of declaring that you will not walk away from what heaven is offering. It is an act of faith that aligns your spirit with the blessings already in motion. The revelation is not complete. The stream of words has not ended. More is waiting, deeper truths are pressing, and greater promises are ready to be spoken. Stay present, for the next breath carries more than the last, and the unfolding of your destiny has only just begun.